Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Straight away I'm going to take these off because I can already see annoying reflections, so they are gone. I thought in today's video we'd have a bit of a beauty catch up because I have been using some new stuff and I thought it'd be worthwhile sharing with you what I think. It's only stuff that I like, so this isn't really like a best and worst of beauty exactly. Back when I was able to be a bit more regular on the channel and I was able to do like a monthly best and worst of beauty, it was quite handy because I was getting through all sorts of different things, trying lots of different things. But nowadays it's more like, this is the kind of stuff that I am liking at the moment. So this will be on some kind of semi-regular basis when I've got stuff that I want to share with you. So I'm going to jump straight in and pick this up straight away because I've literally just had this delivered today. Now this is the solid blender cleanser that you get from Beauty Blender, and it's fantastic. It works really well at cleaning both brushes and obviously the Beauty Blender or Beauty Sponge. Now this is the first time I've actually had the full size. The size that I did have was like a little travel size version and it lasted ages and it worked really well on cleaning everything. Particularly the Beauty Blender. Sometimes they can be quite tricky to clean and I've tried various different hacks with differing degrees of success, but the blender cleanser works really well. So inside you get this funny little rubber mat with little nodules on it in the shape of a butterfly, which I am guessing will help kind of agitate either what you're washing, whether it's a brush or a sponge. So that will be interesting to give a go. The actual cleansing bar itself is smaller than I was expecting. For some reason I was expecting something absolutely massive. But like I said, the travel size one, which is probably about a quarter of the size of this, did last quite a long time. So very happy to have this in my life. The only reason why I'm picking it up is because that travel size one has literally just run out. So really looking forward to washing my brushes because I know it's going to be actually quite straightforward for a change instead of, no, let's face it, let's be honest, it's not the most joyous task in the world, but at least using this, it will make it, you know, a little bit more tolerable. Next, I've got this lip balm from Fresh. This is actually the third one I think I've had now. It's the Hydrating Lip Balm. It's in a pot, which I know is not everyone's favourite thing because you have to dip your fingers in there. But I love the formula of this. It's really nice. The first one I got was the peach one and I wasn't overly fond of the scent of that. I read lots of reviews, tried to figure out which scent to go for, thought that would be a good, you know, one to try out, and I just didn't really like it. It wasn't really for me. So this is lemon, which isn't overly lemony. I was expecting something, yeah, with just a bit more oomph to it. This was part of an order that I did on the back of my birthday back in July, and I treated myself to this because I knew that I already liked it. I also picked up the lemon shower gel and the body lotion, and I sent both of them back because they smelt horrible. It was in that kind of scent family of cleaning fluid, which I was really surprised at because Caroline Hirons really likes the scent. So I kind of just thought, if she likes it, I'm going to love it. And I just, honestly, it turned my stomach. And they were very good. I sent it back to them and I got a refund, so I was very pleased about that. I didn't have to try and force myself to use it because I just, you know, sometimes you smell something and it just, no. It was an instant reaction which I thought I can't get past. And yeah, really bothered me. But the lemon lip balm, thankfully, doesn't have a stronger scent, which maybe is a good thing. The pot has got 6 grams in it, so it's not massive, and I do tend to get through them quite quickly. This is my home one. I also have a handbag one, which is the caramel. That one's nice, especially for when you're on a diet like I am right now. And it just gives you something sweet and lovely to smell because you can't eat anything that's sweet and lovely. Next up, and I am liking this moisturiser at the moment from Moravitsa, it's the Elemental Emulsion, and it's supposed to be really good for oily skin. Yes, we all know that I have oily skin, and it's really nice. It's very, very light. My skincare routine has changed quite a lot, and I have done an updated video for you, so that will be coming at some point. But yeah, my skincare routine has massively changed. I've really invested in what skincare I'm using. Like, you can see how runny that is, but it's really, really lightweight, disappears into the skin. It does feel like it's moisturising, but it also gives an almost, not mattifying, but you know when you've got oily skin, and as much as you love the feeling of something feeling very moisturising on your skin, you don't want to have that weird tackiness. Well, this just kind of sinks in and it gives a really nice canvas to start laying down some makeup on top of. So I really, really like it. It's got a very delicate scent, which reminds me, now that I'm really having to think about it, it's got a real Nivea vibe to it. You know that Nivea smell in their skincare? It's really reminding me of Nivea. Obviously it doesn't have the price tag of Nivea, this is a Moravitsa. So this was part of a set that I picked up, again, I think on the back of my birthday. I just thought, my husband bought me some amazing jewellery for my birthday, which was a very, very lovely treat. And I thought, what better way to make me feel fabulous every single day than to invest in some really good skincare? So this was part of a set. I'm enjoying it. I have quite a few moisturisers on rotation at the moment because I'm just trying to find my feet with what I want to use, because like I said, my whole skincare routine has changed and I'm not just cleansing in the morning and throwing moisturiser on, I'm actually layering stuff now, which as an oily skinned girl, I never thought I would do that. I thought it would be putting too much product on my face in the morning, but actually it's been a really pleasant kind of voyage of discovery. So if you have similar skin to me and you're a bit terrified of doing that, just go for it and just see what happens, because my skin is just loving all of the goodies that I'm putting on it at the moment. So yeah, this one is nice. I still need to use quite a lot to see how nice I feel that it is, but for the moment I am quite enjoying it. Next, I have potentially one of the most messy mascaras I have ever used, and this is my second tube of it. This is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara, and can you see, I didn't actually plan this, I've literally just picked it up like this. There's like a blob of mascara on the back because it gathers all around the lid, and it's grim and you feel like you're wasting a ton of product. I did say I didn't actually have anything negative, didn't I? This is only like a semi-negative because the mascara itself is actually really nice. I've got it on my lashes today. This is my second bottle, so I've been using it a ton. I do really like it. I know that this is a really popular one. It's good for layering, and you have to get in there quick though. If you're going to layer, do a second coat, get in there fast. But it's good with a one coat wonder. I've got one coat on my eyelashes right now, and you know, for day-to-day wear that's perfectly fine. It's just time to try something else, I think. I do get really irritated by these blobs, and when I used it this morning I went to clean it off and I stopped myself because I thought, no, I know what I'm going to film today. I'm going to do a bit of a beauty update and then I can show you. And it's not me being slack or rubbish or anything like that. I literally use it in the same way that you would use mascara, any mascara. Literally put the lid back on, and then somehow you get all this like product build up, and I don't even know how it happens. It's totally bizarre. I don't know if it's just me, and apologies, I'm in the middle of doing my nails at the moment. I'm just giving them a bit of a breather, so they're probably looking really awful. But yeah, you can see that it's just all the way around. Hopefully you can see in that mirrored surface. But yeah, I constantly have to pick these massive chunks. I mean, look at it. Hopefully you can see this. These huge chunks of mascara, which just feels like quite a waste. I mean, it does last a fairly decent amount of time. I'm definitely getting to the point now where it's like, I need to be moving on to something else. It's got quite a nice big wand to it. It's pretty easy to apply. I'm not all that fantastic with mascara. I have pretty puny lashes, but this does the job. It makes them look pretty decent, gives quite a lot of oomph, but without being like really, really over the top. I think if you had pretty decent lashes, then this would look amazing on top. It also doesn't flake or smudge. I don't generally have problems with flaking, but smudging, definitely. Again, because I have oily skin, I tend to get really bad like pan dries down here, but I just don't get it with this. So I have really enjoyed it, but I just want to try something else and see what else is out there, because this is my second one and it's time for something new. And I don't know if you can hear that, that's a helicopter going over the house right now, because we get a lot of military activity in the village with things flying over and stuff. It's never a dull moment. Next, I have this pot of Sleepy from Lush. I'm just trying to think if I've ever mentioned this on the channel before. Possibly, really can't remember. I'm a big, big fan of the scent of this. It's the same scent as the Twilight bath bombs, and then you also get the Twilight shower gel. It's all within the realms of that same family of lavender scent, but it's not a lavender like you would traditionally think of. There's like a depth to it, which is like a maltiness. It's really hard to describe unless you actually smelt it. But I really love it. It's really comforting, and it's like the most relaxing, gorgeous scent. And I literally keep this by the side of the bed on my bedside table, and before I go to sleep I literally just put some on my chest, maybe the tops of my shoulders, and it just makes me feel so peaceful and relaxed. I love it. Originally we bought this to use on my son, because if you have kids and they don't sleep very well, then you're willing to try anything, and this was quite the cult hyped product. A year or so ago, everyone was talking about it. It was like knocking their kids out, to the point where I was becoming a little bit concerned, thinking, what on earth is in here that's doing it? I mean, Lush didn't step forward with any kind of press release to say, do not use it on your kids, this stuff is too potent, so I'm assuming it's safe. But we don't use it on him anymore, because he actually sleeps quite a bit better, touch wood, most nights. So I actually use this myself, so hey, it's fabulous. Really, really like it. So I've just got two products to show you now, and in my opinion I have saved the best till last, because these two products have majorly transformed my skin, and I can't honestly explain enough how much they have changed my skin. This is all to do with how I've invested in my skincare routine. I've tried to be consistent, and you're about to see a preview in terms of what you'll be seeing in my updated skincare routine. But we have these products here, and they are both from Zellens. We've got the Power D High Potency Pro Vitamin D Treatment Drops, and then the Z Luminous Brightening Serum. And I'm in love with both of them, and I'm kind of cursing myself at the same time, because recommended retail price of what's in both of my hands right now, do some quick mental arithmetic, is going to be about, I don't even want to say this out loud actually, it's horrific. It's got to be about £260, £250, something like that. That's insanity. But before you think, oh my gosh, that's absolutely crazy, we'll talk about this one first. And I am feeling quite sad about this because this is nearly run out. It's down to here. When I first got this, I applied it way too liberally. I just got very, very excited, applying 2 pumps morning and evening, which was absolute insanity. So I ended up flying through it. And now when I got to about sort of halfway, I thought, whoa, I really need to calm things down. So I've been applying a pump of this morning and evening. It's a very good controllable pump though, so sometimes if I feel like I just need a little bit more somewhere else, I'll do like a tiny smidge more, not a whole full pump more. But I did actually pick this up in a skincare selling group on Facebook, so I certainly did not pay the full price for this. In fact, I got this for an absolute bargain, and I still can't quite believe it, and I'm now on the hunt to try and find another bargain, which is probably not going to happen because I think this is hugely responsible for a major transformation in my skin. I think the retail price of this is around £140, which is kind of scary, and I just love it. It's amazing. What it's done for my skin, you may well remember I suffer with hyperpigmentation across my forehead. It's probably more melasma, to be fair, because it's definitely got worse since having Alex. But I have 2 quite big patches here. I always had one sort of cluster in the middle, but I was even sort of getting it here as well. Melasma classically will present itself in these sorts of regions and also on your chest as well. So there were options in terms of what I could do. I could perhaps go and see my GP about it and see if I could get some really strong cream to kind of brighten the area and get rid of that pigmentation. But I thought I would give Zelens a go because I've been trying so many Zelens products and I've really, really enjoyed all of the ones that I've tried. And as soon as I started using this, I noticed a difference in how my skin was not just looking, but how it was feeling as well. Now, this could partly be also to do with the treatment drops, which I'll talk about in a second. But I feel like perhaps a lot of it is down to the serum in terms of what it promises to do to the skin. One thing I noticed really quickly, probably before the pigmentation, was the fact that my skin felt ridiculously smooth, like to the point that I just could not stop touching it. I couldn't stop, just smoothing my face and thinking, my skin feels incredible. It was just the most surreal feeling. And when I get up in the morning and I wash my face in the morning, it still feels really smooth, and it's just like, I can't kind of compute it, and I don't want to reach for any kind of physical exfoliators. I mean, I've been trying to move away from them anyway, but even like chemical exfoliators, the topical ones that you kind of pick up either in like toner form or pad form, I've just not really been wanting to reach for them because I just don't feel like I've been needing it. I do feel like I want to slot something into my routine somewhere because it's still quite a basic routine in terms of what I could be using, but this is an amazing start in terms of how it's transformed my skin, and hopefully you'll be able to notice the difference when I get my skincare routine video edited, and you'll be able to see how different my skin is looking, the fact that my pigmentation has gone down, because with issues like that, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You have to be consistent and you have to keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Even when you think you're not getting anywhere, just keep on going because it's a very, very gradual thing. And I've really learnt that, particularly with like bad acne scarring and stuff. It looks awful and it feels like it looks awful for ages, but you keep doing the same thing, keep on going, and gradually that new skin will come through and the scars will start to fade. So it does take a long time if it's something like that that you're trying to sort out, unfortunately. But this serum, I just adore it. It's gorgeous, and I'm going to be so sad when this runs out, and I really, really need to try and find another one somehow, because I'm just not sure I can stomach or indeed afford £140 right now. So moving back onto the Powder High Potency Pro Vitamin Treatment Drops from Zelens, the reason why I chose these, and I did actually treat myself for my birthday, this came as part of a set. It was a really good deal. I think it might have been on Bath and Unwind. You had this in it and then a few other sort of travel size products for the price of what this would be normally, which I think is £115. I know it's the more expensive one of all of the high potency treatment drops, because there's like a vitamin A one, there's a vitamin C one. I would like to try another one, but yeah, they are quite expensive. But I've been using this for, it's probably about 2.5 months now, so you can see that I've had a pretty decent amount of time to use it, and also there's still quite a lot of product left there. And with both of these products, I have been using them morning and evening, and it's just such a lovely treat to be able to put on your face, and it feels fantastic and soothed. And I think the way that this product was described is that it will fortify your skin and just make it feel more plump. I think the way that Caroline Hirons described this is, she said if you're older, perhaps in your late 30s, 40s, you're going to notice the biggest difference from using this. And that's what sold it to me. I thought, right, out of all of them, this is the one I'm going to try. I'd love to have all of them, but if I'm going to notice the biggest difference, I'm going to start with this one. So I would definitely like to move on to the others. It's so easy to use. Like I said, in the morning, after I've cleansed my face, which is also Zelens, I throw the serum on, just the one pump. I tend to concentrate on the higher areas of pigmentation and also on my chin area where I've still got some scarring to get rid of from acne and stuff. And then I will go in with this on top and just lightly sort of rub it into the skin. And then I find that I also don't need a huge amount of moisturiser on top, because my skin is already feeling quite juicy and gorgeous, which is a little bit scary to imagine when you have oily skin. But when you've allowed it a moment or two to sort of sink in, and then you're putting makeup on top, particularly if you're using something that is a little bit drying or mattifying, it just sits on the skin so much nicer. And my skin is loving me at the moment for a change, which is nice. Something else I've noticed since using not just those, but the Zelens cleansers as well, so I think it could be, you know, them as a whole that's working for me, is I have had far fewer breakouts, which is just amazing. I had like a little random couple on my neck a week or so ago. I had that horrendous one, didn't I, which was down here somewhere. No idea what that was all about, but I don't tend to take skincare as far down as that. Probably should do, really. But yeah, my breakouts have really gone down. So whatever is in this stuff, my skin is loving it for a change. And it's the first skincare I've used where my skin has felt that way. So I don't really have any desire to try anything else right now, other than maybe a moisturiser or something. But in terms of the steps that come before that, I'm actually really happy. For the first time ever, actually. The first time ever, I'm really happy with most of my skincare routine. My skin is just glowing and looking amazing and feeling amazing. And when your skin feels amazing, it makes such a huge difference. I can't honestly, you know, explain that enough from someone who's had really horrible skin for quite some time. Anyway, I now feel like I'm rambling and I've just been talking about Zelens for the longest time, but if you're in a position to look at some of the stuff that Zelens do, or perhaps if you're lucky enough to pick up something that I did, which was in one of the skincare groups, then go for it. I love it. It's beautiful stuff. And yeah, I think that will probably about wrap it up for today. So I hope you're all really well. If you've got any recommendations for moisturisers or anything beauty related that you think I should check out, let me know in the comments. I meant to apologise for the state of my hair. I've not really mentioned anything hair care related in this video because I'm still hunting for the perfect kind of routine. I'm struggling with my hair at the moment because it's been quite damp weather. It's just made my hair really frizzy. Anyway, we will save the hair conversation for another day. But yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye!